Good afternoon, children. Hope you are all fine and healthy. In the previous class, I taught you the poem Once Upon a Time, written by Gabriel O'Carra. I hope that you are all clear about the first three stanzas of the poem. And now, in this class, let us move on to the remaining stanzas, right? Okay. So, what is there in the first three stanzas? That is, there is a relationship between the narrator and the listener. Who is the narrator here? The father. And who is the listener? Son. Okay. So, what is the theme here? How the society has changes. Okay. Cultural shift and all the changes only. Here, O'Carra wanted to tell to the readers, right? Okay. So, in the he is telling about that olden days how the people was. They was laughing wholeheartedly with the very comfortable warmth and with their eyes, that is it represents emotions and shows much pleasure, these all the things. But now they have a fake laugh without any emotion, right? So eyes lacking a feeling of warmth, it could not find the warmth. And the second stanza says about when the people they meet each other, they will be shaking their hands with the very pleasure and warmth in those days. But now these habits has changed into artificial. They wanted to check the pockets, that is the empty pockets. They are calculating how the person could be exploited, right? They are showing the fake one. And the third stanza, it says about feel at home and come again, means they are telling about again and again they are welcoming each and everyone to their home. But when they are coming again and again, what is happening? For the first time or the second time, and but there is no thrice, that is the third time when the person is coming as a frequent visitors, the doors will be closed. Then you will understand that their invitations are without any sincerity. So this is the thing it is says in the third one. Okay, children, hope you understood the three stanzas. Now let us move on to the fourth one, right? Take your textbook, page number 21, fourth stanza. Let me read and explain. So, I have learned many things, son. I have learned to wear many faces like dresses: home face, office face, street face, host face, cocktail face, with all their conforming smiles like a fixed portrait smile. In this stanza, the poet started to learn how to act or how to behave according to the situation, according to the need of the thing. He started to change himself. So, how we people are changing the mask, the same way he also like changing the dresses. He started to change his faces, right? So, according to the situation, he started to act. So, like dresses, what are the things, how we are changing the dresses according to the situation. So, when you are at home, you have a different dress, right? So, you will be wearing a casual. And if when you are going to the office, you will be wearing the formal, right? So, like that, when you are going to the street, you will be very casual. And host face, that is how you will be treating the guest. So, according to that, the face, expressions, everything changes, right? So, what you will be doing when the guests come, you will be smiling. You will not be sitting and fighting with each other. You will be smiling and will be giving a warm welcome to them, right? Even if you are sad, even if you are angry, you will be treating them in a different way, right? So, and cocktail face means mixed emotion with all the things, okay? Smiling, crying, all the expressions together will be called as a cocktail face, right? So, with all these confirming smiles, so with all these faces that you are able to wear artificial smile. Confirming smiles means artificial smiles you are able to wear on all occasion, and like a fixed portrait smile. So portrait means a picture or painting, right? So how the picture or portrait, it will be the same face. When you wanted to take a photograph for your ID card, how you will be looking? You will be smiling and you will be sitting. Yes, even if you get less marks, you will be showing a smile in the photograph, right? So like that, it is a fixed smile. So here the author started to learn how to behave according to the situation. He started to behave wherever he goes for the office, or he is going to the street, or he is going to the host meeting the guest. He knows how to behave. So according to the changing the dresses, the same way he started to change his expressions also in his face. Clear? Okay, let us move on to the next stanza. And I have learned to to laugh with only my teeth and shake hands without my heart. I also learned to say goodbye when I mean good riddance, to say glad to meet you without being glad, and to say it's been nice talking to you after being bored. So in this stanza, again, he wanted to tell that he has learned to laugh only with his teeth. So with the teeth means it is a fake manner, not the real one, right? So and he started to shake the hands with others without wholeheartedly. So when we wanted to meet someone, we will be very eagerly, we will be waiting for them to meet them, and we will be talking with them very nicely. But if we don't want to meet them, how we will be? Sometimes we will act, right? So like that, he started to act. That is the way he shakes the hands without any interest, right? And he has learned to say even goodbye when he actually want to say good riddance to the person, and he wanted to get relief of being free from an unwanted person. So when that time we will be saying good riddance, right? So like that he wanted to do so, and he wanted to say that glad to meet you without being glad. Glad to meet you means when we wanted to see, when we sing some persons, we'll be very happy and we'll be saying glad to meet you, right? So now he doesn't wanted to meet any person, but he learned to say that word glad to meet you. Okay, and it has been nice talking to you after being bored. So some persons will be talking very boring way, right? But we will never react to them. We will never say it is too bored, stop your talking, right? What we will say, yeah, nice talking to you, and we will be moving from the place, right? So by that he is telling that he has learned to keep all his real character as a secret, and shows the world a fake character. So that is a real character, he is not able to show it out of this place, right? Okay, so let us move on to the next stanza. But believe me, son, I want to be what I used to be when I was like you. I want to unlearn all muting things. Most of all, I want to relearn how to laugh. For my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fangs. Okay, let me explain this stanza. Now the poet wanted to be very honest and genuine. So he is pleasing his son to believe it all as a truth now. Now he wanted to get rid of the things which are mute or silence in his real emotion, and wish to return to the natural style of living, right? So everyone we wish like that, right? So when we don't like to act. When we wanted to cry, we wish to cry. So that is the thing we all prefer, right? So now he is telling them that he is conforming, and he is telling that to his son that you have to believe me. What I have to be, I wanted to be like the small how you are there, no, the same happiness I need. So usually when the childhood days, we'll be acting the same. We will never show any artificial way, right? When somebody is scolding, we will cry. When we are happy, we will be laughing. So he is telling to his son that when I was like you, that is the childhood days, he wanted to get back. So I want to unlearn all the muting things. So the expressions that he is saying, no, that is not expressed in speech, we cannot tell it in the words, right? So that is called a muting things. So he wanted to learn all the thing, how to laugh. So in olden days or in childhood days, he knows how to laugh everything. That is the real laugh he knows. So again he is telling that he wanted to get the laugh, right? So for my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fangs. So here fangs denotes that is the teeth of a venomous snake used to inject poison. No? That is the thing. Okay. So he is telling that he feels that he is unhappy with the fake one. Right. When he is going and seeing his teeth in the mirror, it looks like a very poisonous one. Right. It is not a happy smile. The fake one he saw. So he doesn't wanted to have the fake one. He is unhappy with the fake one. So he wanted to change his life like the olden days, like a childhood days he wanted to get into. And now he is concluding with the last one. So show me, son, how to laugh. Show me how I used to laugh and smile once upon a time when I was like you. So the poet is asking his son to show him how to laugh very genuinely. And children do not have the fake things, right? So they show that the real feeling, what they feel inside, it will be coming out. So the poet wanted to have what he used to be once. So he is remembering his olden days. Once upon a time, he remembers. Once upon a time, how he was? He wanted to get the childhood days. The same thing he is telling to his son. Once upon a time, when I was like you. So he wanted to have the happiness, not the artificial. So when this African culture is changes, the people also have the changes, right? So when there is an improvement in the society, there is a lot of changes in the persons. So the people, how they are changing everything, only he is saying. So apart from all these changes, he wanted to go back because of the reality, right? That is the thing he wanted to tell it in this poem, Once Upon a Time. Clear? Okay, children, the first poem explanation is over. Let us move on to read the glossary and understand the meaning little better. Right? Okay. So take the book, page number 22, glossary. First one, laugh with their teeth. That is, to fake a laugh, laugh without associated emotions. What is meant by ice block cold ice? Ice lacking a feeling of warmth or endearing expression. Next one, search behind my shadow. People are hypocritical and they don't mean what they say. Next, while their left hand search my empty pockets. That is, evaluating the narrator's worth and power or calculating how he could be exploited. Next one, cocktail face, face showing mixed emotions. Confirming smiles like a fixed portrait smile, wearing a standard, deceitful, artificial smile on all occasions. Good riddance, expression of relief at being free of an unwanted person. Fangs, teeth of a venomous snake used to inject poison. Okay, take the next page, page number 23. So first Roman letter, based on your understanding of the poem, answer the following question in 1 or 2 sentences each is given. So that one you don't want to learn, just go for reading afterwards. But now let me go for the second point, right? Because you don't have the question answers for 3 marks in the poem. Only in the prose question answers you have. Just to understand, you can go for reading the answers for the first Roman letter, right? Okay, let us move on to the filling the blanks. Fill in the blanks, choosing the words from the box given and complete the summary of the poem, right? The options are given there. So from that options, you have to take and write the correct words, right? Okay, let me read and give you the answers. The poet, Okara, in this narrative monologue, painfully condemns the, what is the first answer? Falsity displayed by adults, both in their words and actions. Here, a father laments to his son about the negative changes that creep into the attitude and behavior of humans when they grow into adults. He said that people used to be, see answer, genuine when they laugh and the honesty would be reflected in their eyes. But people of modern times laugh, D answer, superficially. Their handshake used to be warm and happy, conveying a sense of togetherness. But nowadays, the handshakes have become a mere duplicity. E answer, duplicity. He warns his son that people are not trustworthy and have become so selfish that they are concerned only about their own, F answer, personal benefits. Next one. People utter words of welcome and exchange, G answer, pleasantries. But those words come only from the tip of their tongues and not from the depth of their hearts. Humans have learned the art of changing their facial expressions according to situations merely to ensure social acceptance. They wear masks and exhibit multiple faces. The narrator admits that he has also changed into hypocrite. However, he tells his son that though he fakes his expressions, he does all this against his will. He says he wants to become a child again and love genuinely. He wants to unlearn the unreal things and relearn how to laugh as he had done once upon a time. When he laughs before the mirror, answer is mirror, he sees no expression. His teeth are bare like that of the fangs of a snake. So he asked his son to show him how to laugh the way he used to laugh when he was a kid like him. Okay, children, completed. Let us move on to the next page, third one. A. Interpret each of the following expression used in the poem in one or two lines. Few phrases are given from the poem. So already you have learnt that poem with the meaning, right? So with that you can write some sentence regarding that, right? First one, laugh with their eyes. So, eyes are the gateways of souls. The love for fellow humans was explicit in the eyes when people laughed with their eyes. Second one, shake hands without hearts. Answer, in modern times, a handshake is just a sign of cordiality. There is no human warmth, so the poet says people laugh without heart. Third one, like a fixed portrait smile. Answer, people have a fixed ready made smile for all occasions. Their smiles are enigmatic and inscrutable. One can't say whether smile is meant to exhibit warmth or love. Fourth one, hand search my empty pockets. Answer, human contacts are not focused on building or creating a bond of love. When courtesies are being exchanged, one weighs the other's social status and financial position. It is like a business ritual. Fifth one, to unlearn all these muting things. Answer, the hypocrisies of people who feign to have love and respect for fellow humans need to be dispensed with. The poet realizes that he must unlearn all superficial and unnatural behaviors like portrait smiles and heartless handshakes. Okay, third one is completed. Next, third B. Read the lines given below and answer the questions that follow. So, in the poem, two lines will be given. From that, they will be asking questions. So, you have to answer that, right? Okay. So, here they have given two lines from the poem. But now, they only laugh with their teeth while their eyes block cold eyes. So, under this, they have asked three questions. First one is, who are they? Answer, they refer to modern people. B. Explain eyes block cold eyes. Answer, eyes block cold eyes means eyes lacking a feeling of warmth or endearing feelings like love, sympathy, and empathy. C. Identify the figure of speech used here. Answer, eyes block cold eyes has been used as a metaphor. It implies that the man who laughs with his ice cold block eyes has no real emotions. He looks through people. Next one. Poem lines are given. Most of all, I want to relearn how to laugh, for my laugh in the mirror shows only my teeth like a snake's bare fangs. First question. Why does the poet want to relearn how to laugh? Answer, the poet has forgotten to laugh naturally. He wants to relearn to laugh because his laugh in front of the mirror shows his teeth like a snake's bare fangs. B question. Whom does the poet want to relearn from? Answer, the poet wants to relearn from his little son. Next question C. Mention the figure of speech used here. Answer, simile is the figure of speech employed here in the last line. Okay, children, till now it is completed. The next one is ERC, that is explain the following lines with reference to the context is given there. Already I have explained this to you. Okay, so when we are meeting in the direct class, I will give you the notes regarding that, right? Okay, so hope you all understood the thing what is given in this video, right? Okay, we'll meet in the next video. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.